Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here, and welcome back to another video. So indeed, low climb no C on the main account. Actually, I think I did a video yesterday, but because of the videos that I released previously, I have a lot of footage that I have not shown you. I did progress a lot in the Krypton Soul Raid, and today we're going to watch a few fights in the last year of the Soul Raid. First fight will be with Catwoman against Boss Nightwing. We're going to have Beta Club on Catwoman level 9, we're going to have level 5 Kryptonite Spear and level 7 Kryptonite Ring on Grots. The other artifacts are just for the passive stats, and Beta Club is obviously for damage, and keep in mind those artifacts because they are going to be used on every single team. If you see dark metal cards on the damage dealer, just know that the other two artifacts are giving passive stats, the Beta Club and the Kryptonite Spear. So I'm not going to further mention the artifacts unless I really need to. Messed up a bit there and got stunned. I'm not gonna lie, that could have spiraled out of control a little bit, because it is so easy for Boss Nightwing to chain you into stun until the end of the fight and for you to die. But overall we did well. 16 mil is kind of the biggest amount I can possibly get, and that usually happens when it's a swipe that's also buffed by the 5th hit Growth passive, also hits a crit and a lethal. Other than that, we're going to be sedentary at 12 mil, ideally, when it's a swipe that's both crit and lethal. And yeah, we did a good enough job. Like, we got stunned there, could have been so much worse, but it went reasonably well. And we took more than half his health, and that was kind of my goal, because taking away half his health means that if using this team again, I can yet again kill him with kind of the same amount of damage. Here we have both Black Adam and the League of Anarchy against it. We have Dark Metal cards at level 6 on Harley, and the other two previously mentioned artifacts on the other two characters. For the passive stats, I think I have Beta Club on Arkham Knight Batman. It was a little bit of a mistake putting that there, because it does not give us any damage, and I would have rather had the healing from the Kryptonite Spear, but thankfully in this fight we will not really need it. We did our super move, he did his super move, actually he didn't yet, I lied. There we go, he did his super move. 72k damage. Like, look at that, look at how healthy that Arkham Knight Batman is after that 72k damage. He's a tanky boy, he's full health gear rolls, and I couldn't be more proud of him. He can tank, I think, at this point in any Soul Raid, in any heroic boss that has the Berserk ability. This guy doesn't have it. This Black Adam is far more chill than the Advent of Chaos Black Adam, but with the Berserk ability, the super move is going to deal catastrophic amounts of damage, but still I think he can tank it. And the League of Anarchy did yet again well enough here. I don't think there was anything I could have done to play this better, but I played it well enough, and that's all that matters. There we go, he's dead. We killed him with a tag and attack from Arkham Knight Batman. Always love to see that. Now, moving on to Boss Aquaman, we're going to have over here Battle Collapse to deal some percentage health damage, and Mr. Freeze. I don't have the usual team with Battle Collapse Deathstroke, because Deathstroke can't do much here, because the getting no damage from the second and third special sadly applies to the percentage health damage as well. But Battle Collapse is going to deal his percentage health damage with the help of his basic attack hit, so that's not going to really matter. Also, we don't have Sword of Salvation. In 90% of the fights I do have Sword of Salvation on Battle Laughs, and that allows us to generate a lot of power and get to the final form a lot faster, also leads to more smooth gameplay. But since in the last half of this fight we're going to deal damage with Mr. Freeze, I actually went ahead and put the full amount of passive attack I could get from the Kryptonite artifact, so we increased that damage. Mr. Freeze in here also doing super move to get his damage a little bit up and get those passive stacks up. Then Cloud's getting tagged in again. And I mean, I could combo interrupt him, I could try to combo interrupt him with Battle Collapse at the very least, but I really don't feel like it. Special 2 in there. We're going to go ahead and freeze his ass, and from this point on I'm going to go 3 times speed, because it's not going to be the most entertaining gameplay. I'm just going to sit there, watch dot values fly up. We're going to have a little bit of a change of pace when he exits freeze, and we're going to need to freeze him again, but then that's going to be a very straightforward gameplay. And well, it's not the highest damage in the world, it's definitely a decent amount of damage, and definitely I couldn't have done this much without the Beta Club. So yeah, definitely worth using here. Bro, I can't wait for a sale on the Mr. Freeze chest, though I don't know how soon we'll see that, because I can't wait to get him to a higher star rating. Because the Raven chest took around half a year, or more than half a year since release, to get her chest on sale at any point in time. So yeah, Maybe you'll have to wait for that a bit. Now we have Boss Aquaman. Boss Aquaman is going to be an Aquaman character, which is amazing for Black Manta because his passive is going to allow him to have triple the damage against specifically Boss Aquaman, Aquaman characters, not necessarily boss characters, works in Arena as well. So with this team we're going to have the Classic Wonder Woman's for more crit damage, and also we're going to have Dr. Fate for reduced power cost, because we're going to use Jokerized Veterans on Manta, allowing us to have 4 fast attack hits and also inflict the poison debuff on the enemy. And yeah, combo interruption here, again, it is possible, but it is very high risk, because we're gonna take a lot of damage from that, and considering how much damage I took on that first mistake, I'm not going to attempt it anymore. And even with the Dr. Fate cost reduction on that third special, we still can't infinite combo him until the last minute, so we're going to need to back off here. Back off again. When he does swipe, it's absolutely perfect, because that does not allow him to use any other specials after it, but when he does a jump, we're going to need to block. He's stunned here, so we're going to keep going until he gets out of stun. Dr. Fate gets tagged in to tag the super move. He did an amazing job at that. I mean, he do kind of a big amount of damage, not gonna lie. But expecting him to get far more healthy out of that one. Third special in there. Engage the combo. And yeah, we deal no damage with the third special, by the way, but that really does not matter, because we're doing it for stun lock, obviously. Stun locked, apply the poison effect again. 3 hits, and now we're going to go into a full combo. I think this is the longest combo you can do with Black Manta, if you want to take full advantage of the stun. Again, this is not optimal for highest damage, but it's somewhat optimal for our situation here. And yeah, with that amount of health, I do not feel comfortable tanking one more special, blocking one more special. So here, because we do not have enough health to block one more special, we're going to tag in Dr. Fate to buy us some time. Dr. Fate almost dies. But yeah, Manta back in there, and from this point we're going to lock him into an infinite combo, and I'm going to speed up the process. And this fight could have gone so much better, but at the same time it went well enough. Kill him, that's all that matters. Maybe I would have had a better time putting Silver Green Lantern instead of Wonder Woman to guarantee those combo interruptions at the start. Maybe that would have been far more helpful, but yeah, he's dead. That's all that matters. Now, Boss Batman. I did have a few fights against Boss Batman in the previous video. Now we're going to pick up the pace where we left off last time. Again, the clones are not gonna have a great time here, so we need to give them the absolute best scenario. That Bane doesn't really do anything for us there. He was just holding an artifact for us to give us some passive stats, because we have to equip Nora Snow Globe on Deathstroke. And the first clone is not really gonna have a good time, no matter what I do, because there's a super move incoming and there's not much I can do to prevent that. So the first clone is going to get tagged in early, it's not gonna have too much energy at its disposal. And yeah, that was a mistake. I don't know why I did the second special there. That was a huge mistake. Doing the second special there might have messed up the clone performance here. And honestly, if I didn't do the second special there, I'm not sure if I could have done 2 special 2s here with the clone. But barely getting 1 special 2 in there with the clone and getting the base Deathstroke tagged back in. And look, it's fine. It's okay. It's not too bad. 1 special 2 from the clone. I've seen far worse. We're going to be grateful for that and move on and try to do best with the second clone that we get. So for the second clone, first up, we don't need to worry about that yet, because we still have percentage health damage left on Deathstroke. But after we're done with that, we're not actually going to summon the second clone right away. We're going to wait until we have a full bar of power and until we're in the last minute, because we want the best possible case scenario, because in the last minute also we have higher power generation. And if we play perfectly with the second clone, we can actually get 3 special 2s in there. Another special 2 in there. Come on, chopped again. Come on, chopped again. Into another one. Again, there's more to go until we see that significantly lower value. There's more to go. Another second special in there. There we go, that's the low value. At this point, we're done with the base Deathstroke and we can move on to the clone. But we're going to sit here for a bit because we want to be at max energy when the clone gets summoned. Okay, now we're going to let him hit us. Special 2 That was perfect, because if the first two parts of the specialty would have killed my base Deathstroke, then the clone would have gotten tagged in onto the stun. There we go, 3 of them. That's the absolute best I can do with the clone. No way I could have done better. And the base Deathstroke is also going to get killed, but that's fine, because he was also not going to be able to do anything anymore in there. So now for the next fight. Look, this team here that you're seeing here with maxed out artifacts, 7-star Mr. Freeze, and proper gameplay is going to be able to easily one-shot Boss Batman. Sadly, we do not have any of them here, guys. We do not have any of them here, especially the proper gameplay, sadly, because it's me playing, but we're going to do our best. So we're not gonna do any crits here, but it's okay because we don't really need to do crits. That Power Girl took a long ass time to get killed. And honestly, nah, she died in one tag, and actually not too bad. Messed up a bit the stacks for Raven. Maybe shouldn't have put her in, maybe should have. I don't really feel like I needed the increased power. Don't feel like I really did. I was kind of scared because of the usual power generation against this dude, but since we're tagging in and out, the power generation was fine. So Power Girl in there might have been a little bit of a mistake. Second special there with Raven was fine, but was kind of intended to be done by Mr. Freeze. And because he's a far lower star rating, other than the damage, it will take us far less hits to break the freeze, which sucks in this scenario. Because he's also, as far as I remember, immune to stuns. Feel free to correct me on that if I'm wrong. But I think he's immune to stun and freeze, so we're going to have just a small chance to freeze him. Yeah, he is. He would have gotten frozen here. He definitely is. So yeah, 5 stacks of Raven. This is as far as we can go in terms of damage. So let's see if we manage to freeze him here. To see how far we can take this in terms of dot damage. Jump attack. That's going to be a 15 mil. I think we can get more than that. And since we can't crit and lethal, I don't know why it varies. I have absolutely no idea why the damage we can do with the dot damage can vary. Because we're going to get hard in that, as far as I remember. Or was it another fight? Might have been another fight. 15 mil might be the best we can get here, actually. Come on, get frozen, please. Please, please. No, there we go. He did get frozen, but too late. And we got... tagged out. He's not in the corner, so he's going to break the freeze very soon because he's not in the area to constantly keep that up. So yeah, this team for me, well, it does indeed work wonders for other people. Let's just say it did not do the best for me. And yeah, actually no, never mind. The 15 to 16 mil is the highest amount of dot damage you can get out of Mr. Freeze. And look, it did some damage, definitely did some damage. Not having this team here would have made the end of this fight a little bit more annoying, but it's not really good, not really doing well for me, guys. And yeah, that's mainly because of my low star rating on Mr. Freeze, and I totally understand that. So yeah, definitely a little bit of damage. So the League of Anarchy team is actually a team that you can use to a pretty decent extent here since the introduction of Dark Mail cards. So how this works, and this went well on this account, where it didn't need to. On this account it didn't really need to go that well. But on this account it went well. The secondary account didn't go too well, actually. But on this account it went well enough. So we're going to push him to the corner. And there we go, he's so soon in the corner, you'll have to see it. Just like Flash gets killed. I don't have Nora Snow Globe because I felt like getting more passive stats would have been more important from the artifacts than Nora Snow Globe. Might have been wrong on that one, but we're going to try our best to push him to the corner. We need both EPI and Last of Joker alive. If any of them dies, we're not gonna do damage. I mean, if EPI is the only one alive, she will do some damage, but again, no Dark Mail cards, so not really. It'd be interesting to see how the EPI plus Raven went here, actually. Because EPI doesn't need anybody else to be alive to do her dot damage. She has class advantage against Boss Batman, and with Dark Mail cards we might see a pretty decent amount from her. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, we will not see, because I have no... Oh, though on the secondary account maybe. Though there's Gearless Raven on the secondary account and no sort of sin to keep him at low power. I'll give it a try, okay? I'll give it a try, but yeah. This is how we play it. We push him to the corner. He's in the corner. We're going to get stagnant randomly. This time it was a very good scenario tagging, because we managed to chain a combo actually. But usually that'll not be the case. And we'll get into that in a second. EPI in there. Combo interrupting. Combo interrupting again. Combo interrupting again. Last time Joker got tagged against the super move, but it's going to barely survive that. Engage the combo there. Second special. Pushing him again to the corner, and yeah, he died before getting pushed to the corner even. So yeah, this actually did well enough. I think if we had the health to spare, we might have gotten close to 80 to 100 mil, and normally speaking that's garbage amounts of damage, but against that Batman everything matters. Here we're going to finish Nightwing real quick with the Batman Ninja Grodd team, and look, you've seen this a million times, I've done a lot of videos dedicated to this team, we might as well do it on 3 times speed here, so we can get this out of the way and get to Boss Superman. Yet again, Beta Club on Grodd, stacking Lethal on Brainiac, everything here will build up the Beta Club dot damage and will help out Grodd do more damage. And he still benefits from the Robin passive, even though Robin is dead, and we're just going to combo and chop him to death in the corner at this point. And yeah, that's the whole fight, that's the whole idea of the fight, pretty straightforward, that's why we're going to speed this up. 2.5 mil dot seems to be the highest value we can really get, and it's fine, it's definitely a good value. And yeah, there we go. Now moving on to the next fight. We're going to also have a triple speed fight here. You might be like, why triple speed, Sigvald? Using Influence Aquaman with Nora Snow Globe could be interesting here for the people doing it, because for a lot of people Nora Snow Globe King is going to be the main thing that deals damage here. This could be useful, this could be educational. There's only one problem. I don't have Nora Snow Globe on Influence Aquaman. You might be like, oh Sigvald, you cheeky bastard, you're using Beta Club again to do a lot of damage. No, I put Beta Club by mistake there. Witness the very high amounts of damage Beta Club is doing here for my king, so that's why we sped this up. It took me a while to realize, because I was like, wait, where's the dot damage coming from? Might be on reverse flash, that's okay, he's got Beta Club for the passive, nah, King is refreshing it. Nah, Flash's got sort of salvation to generate power for the King with Nora Snow Globe, but King doesn't have Nora Snow Globe. Oh boy, we messed up big time. So for the next one, look, Batman Who Laughs and Deathstroke are going to make this fight very, very easy. And you might be like, well, that's why you put Atrocitus in there, am I right? Because Atrocitus is going to buff your characters every single time they get tagged in and enter the fight, which is going to deal constant dot damage to them. You put Atrocitus in there in order to make this fight a little bit harder, because it was so easy for you, Sigvald, yeah. That's absolutely the reason why I did, bro. This was such a room temperature IQ thing I did here. Such a room temperature IQ move. Because somebody picked on me on a previous fight where I used Venom Laughs and Deathstroke, and I was like, I literally have nothing that could buff up those guys. And one guy was like, oh, you might as well use Atrocitus in there, because he will generate some power for you from time to time. And I was like, okay, I'll keep that in mind in the future. I'll use Atrocitus. There he goes. I have Atrocitus in here, giving us a lot of buffs, guys. A lot of buffs that are gonna be converted a lot of dot damage to us. I couldn't have been dumber about this one, but it's okay, because this will actually make this fight more entertaining, and despite the circumstances, despite the atrocious circumstances that I put myself in, I think we did a pretty good job. Like, the clone literally gets killed, gets put to 1 HP by the constant dot damage that it receives, so we can take absolutely no damage on it. This was definitely fun. Second special in there, he blocked it, but it's fine because super move was incoming anyway. Deathstroke getting tagged in there and getting his a fair share of dot damage. Venom Blast still got some juice left that's getting drained by the Atrocitus buff yet again. Deathstroke in there, second special. Another second special. Bro, barely got into 4 of them. We have a lot of work ahead of us and almost no health on our characters. Another second special in there. And back off there. Re-engage the combo. Swipe down, gotta back off, and our second special in there. There we go, we're doing well. We're doing extremely well considering both of our characters are sitting for most of the time on 0 HP. I mean on 1 HP. If they had 0 HP they would be dead, but you get the point. Another second special in there. And back off. And another second special in there. Back off a bit. And yeah, here we got the clone in there. Again, the clone getting its fair share of dot damage from Atrocitus, putting it 1 HP, so allowing no mistakes. I guess this is the hard mode. This is the Collector vs Superman hard mode. All of you are playing on normal mode, I'm playing on hard mode. Some of you are playing on easy mode, because you can like one-shot it from full HP, bro. Bro, imagine being able to one-shot this suit from full HP. Couldn't be me. But yeah, there we go. All of them get killed. Atrocitus gets stacked in there. It's all your fault, Atrocitus. You did us dirty, this one. But yeah, that was it for that one. I know, a lot of a very, very entertaining fight. My stupidity brings out the best of content, I know. So here is the pay-to-win team. And for this one, another thing that I could have done, though if doing that I would have missed out on a lot of passive stats. I could have put Dark Metal cards on Harley and cycled between Brainiac, Harley, and Raven to reduce armor, guarantee crits, and yeah, Harley's in there to guarantee us the removal of his dot resistance because he's very, very dot resistant. And Brainiac in there is going to try his best to reduce the armor with the Sword of Sin, applying burning, but that's a double-edged sword because we need to keep up that burning. If that burning expires, we're going to do no damage. And if we have to start from one burning stack, it's going to be very inefficient. But yeah, just starting off by stacking some special ones with Brainiac, as per usual. I think I went a little bit too far with the Brainiac stacking, could have definitely tagged in Raven for the long run. Earlier on, because we're going to, regardless of the amount of stacks that we have, keep using that special one to keep reapplying the burning effects, so could have definitely done that sooner with Raven. It's going to take constant dot damage from the passive because of using special one, because we can't really get the buff, we get the debuff instead. Special one in there, 3 darkness stacks. Don't really like using the special 2. Gonna go for third specials eventually, I guess, when I have the energy to do that, but it's okay. The dot damage we take is not too bad. We're already doing 16 mil damages there. Just a 7 mil, and I got greedy there. I got greedy, trying to get a higher amount. I got hit, and I'm most likely going to lose the Brainiac burning. Yeah, I lost the burning because it gets applied at the end of the special. Now we have to start off again from 1 stack of burning, and as you can see the damage got heavily reduced. So definitely my bad there. Raven back in, jump attack, special 1. There we go, finally getting back to high enough amounts of damage. Messed up a bit there, taking damage. Raven is getting dangerously close to resetting darkness to heal herself. There's special in there, because we can afford it now, and it's going to not inflict dot damage to us, and there we go. Collector is down. As usual, rewards will be garbage. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And yeah, all that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!
This is the future.